Hello and welcome to Diplomacy is Not an Option. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. It's currently 40% off, so if you want to take a look at that, then it might be an idea because the full version of the game is coming out soon, and it may be the lowest price that you're going to see for a while. So that's just, just a by the by there. Anyway, there is a huge amount of content in this game. A campaign, endless mode, sandbox mode, challenge mode, and, well, let's just say the game is actually really, really fun to play. It reminds me a lot of Age of Empires with its various mechanics, but it has a bunch of other things associated with it as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the campaign because I actually have a little bit of extra access to the release version here. And this is going to be very important because obviously look at how massive this actually is, right? So what we're going to do is, as you can see, this is our first level in the campaign. Your father, Sir Duncan Ironbow, was a true war hero. In the battle for the independence of Samrania, he chopped 15 Invalid knights and bit off the ear of another. For that, Queen Sybil the Carefree granted him a fief and a title of nobility. The fief had been a poor place even under your grandfather, yet your father left much of it desolated, especially the wine cellar. When he broke his neck while hunting deer, your reign began. Being young, you wanted to become famous, but after 16 years of peaceful life in the middle of nowhere, you left those dreams behind. After all, unlike many, you already have a glorious bloodline and a castle. Alright, so obviously you have a wide variety of different difficulties, and don't even get me started on the sandbox mode. The sandbox mode is absolutely... I was just mind blown by how many options there actually are to customize. We're going to just play on challenge accepted here. Alright, so there is a cutscene just before this, but I'm not going to show you the cutscene because that's probably... I don't know, I feel like that might be a little bit too spoilerish, so I'm just going to let you experience that if you want to, buy the game for yourself. Otherwise... April 28th, 1491. The fire of peasant rebellion suddenly broke out in my fief. The mob wants me, my family, and anyone else who is in my way actually, wait a minute, not in my way, who is in any way connected with royalty dead. A mob of armed peasants is heading for my castle, ravaging everything their dirty rakes can reach. Alright, so this is the main gameplay loop in Diplomacy is Not an Option. It's all about building a town that can sustain itself, so that means balancing food consumption and various other resources, gathering those, creating a massive army or creating some kind of defense, because you can build walls in this game as well, by the way. And the wall system is really, really interesting. And also, by the way, the maps, they seem to be randomly generated. Yes, they seem to be randomly generated because this is completely different from the map that I played just now. So yeah, if randomly generated is your thing, well then look no further. Anyway, what we're going to do first is I'm going to just build 2 houses. I'm going to get, you're going to need to get a berry picker's house, of course. Berry picker, very, very important. And then we get a fisherman's hut. There's a huge amount of reasons why we want to do this. Let's get lumber mill up there. I actually feel like I want to get 2 lumber mills, so we're going to get 2 lumber mills, and that's I think that's probably all we can do right now, but I wouldn't mind getting a builder's house. Actually, wait, maybe I can get a builder's house too. So there we go. Anyway, you're gonna have a counselor that will come up every so often, and he's going to tell you some things. Some are not that useful at all, some are more useful. He'll tell you when you're being attacked and all that wonderful stuff, and there are 3 different speeds that you can play the game at. I'm mostly going to be playing at a faster speed. I have been playing at the fastest speed because I actually think that that's pretty fun. Once you have a pretty large army, you can pretty much just do whatever you want then, and you're going to have a great time. Now, there is an attack move option, and that's, for me personally, one of the greatest ways to play the game, because in the end, when you have a massive, massive army and the enemy is also running around with a load of troops, it's very, very difficult to keep track of the action, and so you really want to make sure that you just have everything, everyone's just attacking and you don't have to worry too much about that. We're going to have a bit of an issue here. As you can see, my catapult is actually being attacked. We need to kind of Prevent them from being killed. There we go. Not too bad. So basically all of these enemies around here, these are all raiders, right? These are all raiders. And what's going to happen is if you actually leave these raiders alone, they are going to attack with the final wave. And that is something to be very careful of and very afraid of, actually, because let me tell you right now, the final wave is absolutely monstrous. It is massive. And you'll get to see that. And obviously this is the first level. Just bear that in mind. This is the first level. There are also challenges that you can do in the game too. And some of the challenges are absolutely staggeringly sounding very, very difficult indeed. So if you're someone that's really, really good at this kind of game, you are going to have so much to do here. And let me actually just see. Wait a minute. Yeah, we've got some resources here too, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me just get this, and I don't really mind if people die here because obviously, as I said, we are going to be getting more people as time goes on. But unfortunately, I think maybe we're taking a little bit too many casualties here. Yeah, just a little bit too many, unfortunately, but that is to be expected. After all, we are indeed attempting to... You know, we're going a bit far. That's what I'm saying. We're going a bit far. In my previous little foray into the game, I didn't really go that far. I basically just, you know, cleared out some of the easier camps first. But I'm going a little bit more audacious this time around. Anyway, there are so many different things that you can build here. There's a barracks as well. There's a simple obelisk which unlocks a spell, and you can then use those spells. For me personally, I'm actually just going to be using summon. Here, summon is your main spell that you get without any obelisks being constructed, and summon summons 5 dark knights to your side, which in my opinion is absolutely incredible. Really, really effective. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to get some of these guys, and then we are going to get a granary that's going to be used for our food. I actually do want to get... another berry picker's house. Unfortunately, here's the thing. You have to wait for per day. Because basically what happens is every single day you're going to get additional people joining your settlement. And obviously the more houses and the more population you have, the more food is going to be required. So it's a bit difficult to... sometimes it's a bit difficult to balance that. As you can see, now that I've built some more... you know, small houses, my population is now 15, now 17 in actual fact. So that's something you've got to be a bit aware of, because when I was playing this earlier, I had 105 food per day being consumed, and I actually had some huge issues actually making that work. I was able to make it work just about. But let me tell you, it's not an easy thing to balance. So you got to be a bit careful on that. Anyway, otherwise, apart from that, you are going to also need to be careful with the gravedigger. There is a gravedigger's house as well as a cemetery too. And we're going to need to make sure that we have these available. Because if we don't have these available, the corpses that are left over from soldiers dying and enemies dying and so on and so forth. Well, I don't even know if enemies actually count, but you know, the point is, they're going to cause disease, and that's obviously going to be really, really bad. And speaking of disease, I actually do have the ability to construct a hospital. Where is the hospital? I always miss where the hospital is. There is the hospital. Unfortunately, I can't do that because I need to research. So this is the research tree right here. It's absolutely insane. So much stuff to get. And for me personally right now, I'm probably not going to be getting pretty much anything along the barracks here. Because what you're going to need to do is you will need to upgrade your first barracks with all kinds of different things. Same thing with the town hall here. If you upgrade all this stuff, for example, let's say you get a Builder's Guild, advanced toolkits, comfortable shoes, stained wood, then eventually you're going to be able to get town hall 2. I actually don't know whether... Maybe I can... maybe I have to do that? I actually don't know. What do I need to do this? Oh, stone. Aha, yes. That's also something that we're going to need. Let me build another builder's house. That's probably going to be pretty important for us. Let's get another one of those. And yeah, we should probably get some... We should probably get a stone mine. Let's get a stone mine. The stone mine can go around about here. This is a problem. I'm going to have to destroy this thing. And then we're going to have to, wait a minute, where is it? See, now this is exactly the problem. Resource production, there it is. I just always forget where these things are. Gonna get another stone mine. Okay, now we can move my forces over here. We're gonna get some, maybe a bit of a problem. This is our first attack wave. I'm not sure if this is gonna go well. I think it will probably go okay. But as you can see, we are suffering quite a few casualties, but my people are coming in from the side there. Obviously, if you want to, you can play this very, very strategically, and you can actually make it so that your forces are split into two, because it's extremely, extremely playable. You can basically do whatever you want. You can literally just go and be like, oh, I want to split my archers and my infantry into 2 different groups, into 3 different groups, 4 different groups, if you can handle the micromanagement on that. You can do all of it. You can do all of that however you want. It's actually really quite staggering how much adaptability, how much customization they provide you with. And it's really, really fantastic, actually. Super, super nice. And we're just going to go down here and actually finish off some of these raider groups here. And where are my other people? There they are. They're running over there for some reason. Yeah, let's just get these guys to come down this way. But yeah, okay, so obviously as you can see right here, the granary is full, which is hilarious. So what I'm actually going to do... Going to build another granary. Another 2 granaries? Another 2 granaries? Really? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. And do we have another berry picker over here? No, do we need one? That's the question. I don't think we really need one, do we? I'm not entirely sure. There's one person doing it. That's the question. That's the question. Do you need multiple berry pickers? Yeah, kind of. Some of the time you do, some of the time you don't. Anyway, all these little things on the floor here that you have to pick up, they are soul crystals. And they're used for casting, which is obviously extremely important, as you might expect. Very, very important for someone like me who likes to actually go and be pretty aggressive in the early game here. Well, it's not even that early, to be honest, but the fact is, I do like to clear out all of these raider groups. If you are a huge turtle player, by the way, you don't even have to worry about this. You could basically just sit back, get as much wood as possible. I'm actually getting attacked here somehow. Where am I getting attacked? Ah, yeah, these guys right here. Okay, yeah, well, that's absolutely fine. We don't have to worry about that too much. Or we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Let's actually just see. There's a warrior here. Maybe he can actually do something. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, that actually didn't work out so well. Oh, dear. Okay, we're going to have to get another berry picker's place over there. And we'll just clear out some people in this direction then. But yeah, this is exactly the point. You're going to have to be very, very careful about how you do things. You could also, as I say, if you're good at micromanagement, you could split your forces and then you could clear the map just that much faster. You wouldn't then have to deal with multiple different sources of, disruption to your resource generation, because obviously, as you saw right there, the berry pickers were having some huge problems. You can also increase the size of your workers' radius, which is sometimes a really, really good idea. I'm probably going to do that with a couple of my buildings here. Do we have another lumber mill, by the way? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's go into the research tree here, just get some more people. There we go. And there we are. Okay, so we've actually cleared all of that out. We got some resources here too. I actually wonder, can you queue up? Yeah, you can. See, this is also what's really cool. You can actually queue up directions as well. So if you hold shift and right click, you basically just queue up where your forces are going, which is absolutely amazing. I love that because it makes it so much easier. Okay, so obviously, as you can see here, we got another wave incoming, and they're coming from this direction, which is actually hilarious. So I did actually show you that there is a wall system, or I told you that there's a wall system. So what I can do here is I can actually show you that. So for example, let's say I want to build a wall here. Look at how cool this is. Look at how amazing this wall is. It's very, very cool. And boom, I can literally just do that. And there you go. The wall will now be built. But it's so funny because then I can build a tower. I can build a tower too. I can build 2 towers. I can build all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. And then we can station those towers with archers. It's amazing. There's even patrolling and attacking the nearest target. As you can see here, there's so much that you can do here as an RTS player, as a strategy game player. You can basically do whatever you want. And as I said, you can play it as aggressively as you want, which obviously I'd recommend playing it pretty aggressively, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with some pretty dangerous waves at the end. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to summon some of these guys. Let's summon some Dark Knights in there. So yeah, when you summon Dark Knights, they come down immediately, and they're going to be, well, basically just absorbing damage from you, and they only last 2 minutes. So it's really, really useful just to get them summoned, just so that your own knights don't actually get absolutely destroyed. But yeah, obviously you can indeed then build gates as well. So if I want to, I can build a gate. I am probably not going to build a gate because I don't really care about being able to exit there. But I just wanted to show you what the what the whole deal was with actually creating structures and things like that, because I personally feel like it's actually pretty cool. Let's turn auto repair on as well. Let's get this researched as well. I'm a little bit slow on the research, I gotta say. Not doing a very good job of keeping on top of that, because you can see down here it gives you exactly the amount of time it's going to take to research something, and as long as you have all the resources, there is really no reason to delay. You know, there is no reason to delay at all. Let's just put another berry pickers thing over there, and then we can just continue to go off into the fog of war and kill as many of them as we like. Yeah, it's going to go very nicely. But that's the thing. Obviously, if you have a lot of wood, which obviously you might want to at this point, you know, I don't really know whether you'd have a lot of wood at this point. I mean, it depends on how many lumber mills you've built, of course, because there are so many trees. So technically, you would probably have a pretty good time just building a bunch of lumber mills. I only have one, which is pretty bad, actually. That is not that good. I should probably build another one, shouldn't I? Should I build another one? Let me actually just see here. What about the houses? I should probably do this. All of this is also keybound, by the way. All of this is absolutely keybound, so you don't even need to click like I am. I just don't know the keybinds off by heart, so that's the reason why I'm clicking. But, you know, for me personally, I find it annoying to click, but that's just because I'm slow and I don't really pick up the keybinds as quickly as I used to, you know, in stuff like StarCraft and so on and so forth. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you can also change the keybinds however you like. It's all rebindable, and, you know, it's you can even change whatever you like. You know, there's a pro player preset as well. I'm not entirely sure what that even means, but yeah, there's a whole bunch there available for you. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Anyway, we're just going to clear this out, and we got some people coming in over here. I'm going to actually summon some Dark Knights on that. I'm actually really surprised the granary is about to be destroyed. Oh, no, we made it. Oh, we made it. That was actually hilarious. Okay, that's nice. And then they're going to repair it, of course, as you might expect. And I might even want to build some walls over here, actually. I might want to build a wall between these two mountains. That's probably going to make a difference. But yeah, the final wave is just about to come in another 3 minutes and 20. Actually, no, this is the third wave. Never mind. Not the final wave. The final wave is 2 waves at once, by the way. So if you have some walls up, you're going to have a great time. Okay, let's just get this. Stained wood. And yeah, we're just going to attack here. Just get these guys dead. We've got to be very careful, and I have a load of crystals as well. And there's a reason why I'm actually stockpiling the crystals. And also, wait a minute, I'm being attacked down here? Are you joking? Get out of there. Okay, I'm going to have to... Well, I don't even know where they came from. Where did these guys even come from? I have no clue. All right. Yeah, we're under attack. Yeah, obviously there are some things up here that you can do too. And you can actually just change a couple of things around there. Like, for example, you can just click on this and then it immediately takes you to where you want to be. So I think that's pretty nice. Okay, so we're getting our wave coming in. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually build a wall around about here. I think that seems like a pretty decent idea. Let's do that. Because even if there aren't any towers there, archers can still fire. They just do less damage. Because obviously if you're on a tower, you're going to have the height advantage and all that wonderful stuff. So... you know, it's pretty nice. Otherwise, I am actually a little bit worried. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this. I'm just gonna summon a bunch of warriors here, because I'm actually really worried that I am going to lose this wave. Because Yeah, I didn't have enough warriors. I haven't actually built as many houses as I did last time, and I'm actually wondering whether I maybe should have purchased more. But the food consumption was a problem for me last time, so I didn't really want to go all out on that. Okay, here you go. As you can see, look at this. Look at the insanity that this is. Just going to summon 2 packs of Dark Knights just to kind of attack the back line here, just to influence the battle a little bit, and we're otherwise going to be probably pretty fine. Yeah, they absorbed a lot of damage. They're all dead, so they definitely absorbed a lot of damage, which is absolutely fantastic. There we go. Very nicely done. And obviously that did reduce our population as well, which is actually pretty nice because that means that we don't have to feed as many people, which is, I suppose, a little bit morbid, but good enough, right? Good enough. And there is also an open market here, but unfortunately, as you see there, you need to build the market to be able to trade. So yeah, as you see, we are going to need to upgrade these guys as well, and then we'll be able to get the town hall upgrade. But obviously this is one of the easiest levels in the game, the most basic level in the game, and so you're going to pretty easily be able to win before you even get to the second town hall level, because that's just the point, But you can see exactly what's going on with the research tree. So many different things that you can go for. Once you get Town Hall 2, you unlock the Engineering Guild, which obviously allows you to build catapults and things. The Market, which allows you to trade. Hospitals, which give you all kinds of other things. You can fight epidemics and stuff like that. And then you also, obviously, when you get Town Hall 3, you then have the ability to get horses, Engineering Guild 2, and so on. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And yeah, you can also, obviously, as I said, you can even build an obelisk if you want. And if you build an obelisk, you're going to have a really powerful spell at your command, which might be cool. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's cool because as I say, I haven't actually used that because I personally think the Dark Knights are much better, but it could just be because I've not tried it. I've not tried the little laser beam. I have no idea what it's like, but yeah. So as I said, this is also a turtle's dream. So if you're a turtle player, this is obviously going to be really, really fun for you. Wait a minute. I did not clear these guys out. I think I need to do that. Let me just speed up the game real quick. This is where we can actually play on a much higher speed. And then we can start going in here, kill these guys. And yeah, they're obviously pretty tough if you have a smaller army, but thankfully we are just running them down. As you can see, there you go, kill all rebels in the valley, otherwise they will join the final attacking wave. And thankfully we were able to do that. So that's great. Now we don't have to worry so much about those enemies coming in. And I'm a little bit worried actually about this because, as you can see, there are certain places that you can obviously... Aha. Yeah, okay, so we're going to have to do this. I am going to go... Wait. We're being attacked? Okay, what is that? A walking corpse. Oh, I see. Oh, that's not very nice of you, sir. All right. Anyway. Okay, so let's get a bunch of archers. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Just going to get a bunch of archers. That's all I'm going to do. Thank you very much. Is this guy actually still... What the... Did you see that? That was hilarious. Walking corpses just coming in from basically nowhere. But yeah, anyway. I'm going to go for broke here. And I am probably just going to get all my archers up and running. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... I don't even know. I'm going to take a couple of them and we're going to put them over here. Can I build a tower here before it's actually too late? Probably not. I can only build one. Let's put them in there. There we go. Oh wow, this is maybe not going to work out so well. Yeah, I'm just going to summon a bunch of Dark Knights. These guys are actually murdering everyone. Summon all our Dark Knights. There we go. And then they're dead. Okay, that's great. And these guys are also dead, and that's it. So there you go. That's the victory. But you see what I mean? There are so many really, really cool things you can do here. And obviously, the only reason why we were able to achieve victory there is probably because we did build a wall there and a tower. That really did make a big difference. But also, it was because of our Dark Knights. And being able to run around and actually clear out the clear out the raiders and pick up the soul crystals, that really makes a huge difference. So as you can see, we did our first little battle there, and then the second one is over here, and I'm going to assume that there is a level on every single little point of the map. I'm going to assume that. I don't know whether that is indeed the case, but the campaign, as far as I'm aware, in the current version, which is the version in early access right now, that you'll be playing if you buy the game, is only having 2 levels in the campaign. But when the full version releases, that is when they're going to be expanding the campaign and making it much, much larger. So as you can see right there, there's the next objective for the next stage of the campaign. And yeah, if you want to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and there's a sandbox mode, as I said. Huge amounts of different things available here. You obviously have map presets and all that stuff. You can literally select all kinds of crazy stuff. And by the way, the map that we were just on, is probably one of the smallest. It is one of the smallest that you can play on. I think it was, what was it, 84 by 84 or something like that. And I think it was, I'm actually not entirely sure even. But yeah, I think it was pretty small. So yeah, just think about that, you know, literally just think about that. Look, so we got 128 by 120. Yeah, so this is the smallest one, 104 by 104. So that's the smallest one. And then you can obviously change the environment as well. So you can literally change it to anything. So you can change it to Rusted Wastelands, Mystic Shores, Lisway Meadows. Then you also have game conditions here. So you can basically change every single thing about it. You can change everything. And you can even enable cheats if you want. You can enable cheats and you can turn on no famine, manually add resources, build and hire for free, and all this crazy stuff. So you can just have a whale of a time with the game. You know, they're just giving you all the tools, and it's up to you to have fun with them. And that's it. It's really great. And then there's also obviously endless mode and all that wonderful stuff. And no, this video is not sponsored in any way, but I just thought it was cool and I wanted to show it to you. So if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description, as I said. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.